cat's ass out of my face. Anyway, so when I was at home with my baby, I thought, what the heck?
Start over. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know I could go live on Twitter, or X. Sorry. Used to it being Twitter because I'm old. So if you, I have like no followers on here. That's why I'm doing it, so I can be brave. So I already posted, this is my book, Who is My Child? By Jilliann Beck-Bryant. The subtitle is Finding the Best Way to Teach Your Children Based on Each Individuality Type. So I've been a preschool teacher for almost 20 years. I am a mom of 2 littles. My cat needs to get her cat's ass out of my face. Anyway, so when I was at home with my baby, I thought, what the heck? I was going to write about my experience with preschools and exposing some government America stuff. And also, I did do a little personality test, and hopefully it helps some moms figure out what curriculum to teach their children with. Anyway, it's mainly geared towards preschool, but it can be applied to other ages too. So my first chapter I read, I believe, in YouTube. My second chapter, I believe I read in Vimeo. My third chapter, I believe I read in Instagram. You can find all of it on my bio probably. But the reason why I do different outlets is because I'm just kind of testing where my market is, for one, and 2, if it's all in the same spot, then no one's going to buy. I need a phone stand. No one's going to buy the book, right? And 3, I have more followers on some outlets versus others. So let me get this phone up so my hands are free and hopefully it works. No viewers. This is good. Okay, so the personality test. So if you scored mostly B's on the personality test, then you most likely have an air child. So it's kind of like astrology in a way, but I know I'm wearing my astrology sweatshirt. I'm actually Christian. I don't think it has to be mutually exclusive. God created the stars. It can be used as a personality blueprint, kind of life blueprint, but God's path for you is God's path for you, so you can't really change that. So I think it becomes a sin if you use it to try to manipulate the whole manifesting your selfish desire thing and not following God's actual path for you. But if God already had a path for you, maybe he put it in the stars, is my theory. So anyway, okay, so you most likely have an air child if you scored mainly B's. The air child is this is chapter 5 in the book, by the way. The air child is extremely social usually. They are outgoing, talkative, and sometimes even on the hyper side. Again, I recommend getting a complete reading of your child's astrology chart because there is a big difference between a Gemini and a Libra. And also, I'm just going to explain because I'm on here and not just in the book. Having an air child doesn't necessarily mean you have an air sign child. It's just similar. But they most likely have some air in their chart if they scored high on this. So anyway, for instance, Aquarians are more stuck in their heads and wanting to play alone. They might prefer to tackle a brain twister, while a Gemini might seem ADHD and talk your ear off. A Libra might be somewhere in the middle, a little more social too. The only exception is if he or she is slightly on the autistic spectrum. Do not be alarmed by this. There are plenty of brilliant, successful people who are on the spectrum, mainly Asperger's syndrome. Just to name a few, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if they're actually diagnosed, but they definitely are, in my observation, somewhere up there. For the most part, your air child is not shy. He or she will work well with others. Your air child can also work independently. They can equally go either way. Unless they are on the spectrum, then they're probably not social. And hopefully not a sociopath. Some of those listed, just kidding. Kinda. Consider your life a little on the easier side because you can put them in any environment and they will most likely adapt and thrive regardless. Unless they're on the spectrum, then a science-based or Montessori school might again be the best choices. If you cannot afford this, there are charter schools in most areas where you can get on a waiting list. Maybe you can purchase the Balanced Child curriculum and work with them from home in the meantime. That's my thing. That's my curriculum. Anyway. Usually the air child is also quite musical. If he or she is having a hard time transitioning, try singing through routines. It's just a little snippet, but yeah, like a music-based school would be really cool too for these. Anyway, there you go. I say a lot. I'll probably expand more on this in the future. Probably not on here. But at least I have record of it now. So if you find, I hope you enjoy. Bye. Oh, this is also FYI on Amazon, barnesandnoble.com, and Kindle.